All right, welcome back to the baseline. This will be, I guess, part two. We've had some technical difficulties, so I do apologize for that. Um, I
Yeah,
will throw.
me and Al were talking for like 3 or 4 minutes after you were gone, and then we're like, we can't keep going.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was like
Um,
well, it's like Cream when Eric Clapton left. That was the end of the group.
um, yeah. So we do apologize for that. So this will be part two. Um, we'll tile that. I know Craig and Al. Well, when I left, you just started the Reggie Jackson game. The last thing I heard was uh, three home runs on three different pitchers and pitches. That's the last thing I've heard.
What,
So, do
what,
you guys want to
was
continue?
was Reggie on your list?
Reggie was in my honorable mention.
Right on. Okay, I was curious about that. Yeah, that's when we realized you were gone when I threw that question out there. Nice. So I just wanted to throw. We covered that pretty thoroughly, and if there's anything you want to jump in on, feel free. I just want to throw two more quotes out that I missed before we stopped, and these are quotes about Reggie, not from Reggie. Both of them are from Catfish Hunter. One of them, he'd give you the shirt off his back. Of course, he'd call a press conference to announce it. And to go with that one, and we've talked about the Reggie bar before. All of us remember the Reggie bar, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
So Catfish said about that, when you unwrap a Reggie bar, it tells you how good it is.
That's pretty good. I like that
that's
one.
awesome.
And if Jordan, if you have anything you want to add about that game, or if not, we can move on to your number five. I think is where we decided we were, right, Craig?
Yeah,
Um,
that was that was number 6.
Cool.
Wait, Al, did you not have a number six?
I had the same exact number six, believe it or not, the Mr. October.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah, I guess. Well, that's like most of all these. One iconic moment. Um, Reggie Jackson, like you guys mentioned, the Mr. October, which I think it's really cool that that's how they called him. That's how he's still known to this day.
Yep.
And yeah, just one of the biggest moments. And also every time even someone mentions this game, the first thing I think of is well, I think after he hit two home runs, he waves to the camera and goes, "Hi, mom, I hit two." Uh,
Oh, the high mom. Yes.
yeah, which I thought was pretty awesome.
I forgot
Um,
about the high mom until you said it. That's great.
yeah, but yeah, so yeah, just good pick. I am mad that I couldn't get on my list, but it's just one of those things. Like we said, well, technically in part one, that there's just so many iconic moments that you can't. It's hard to leave a bunch off on this list.
No doubt, man.
Totally agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm 100% with you.
Right. So yeah, it's just that's like I said, an iconic moment. Um, will live in baseball history for years and years to come.
Oh yeah, that like I said. Well, I think you were probably off by then. I was mentioning the fact that it's another one of those things that'll be in the highlights
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
forever,
no doubt.
forever. Yep.
Forever and a day. No doubt.
Right. Um, oh
So
yeah, I got.
your number 5 is what we're on, I think.
Actually, my number five was already taken. I had the Cubs winning it 108 years later.
Oh, that's right. Okay. And I told Craig this off air. I'll say it on air. I have one left, number one. So if anybody has something before that, wherever you guys have left before that,
My number 5 was also taken.
Oh, okay. My number four is not taken, so I'll go there.
there we
Okay.
go.
Um, hate to say it because I always feel bad, but it's an iconic moment, so you have to. Game six of '86.
Oh yes, that's my
The
number 3.
the Bill Buckner play.
Yep. That's my only honorable mention. And I only
Really?
didn't put it on there.
Wow.
Yep. I didn't put it on there because it's a negative connotation, but it's certainly, I understand 100%. It could have been number one, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's my
I
number
agree.
3. And it's another one of those things where once that happened, you knew the Red Sox had no shot in Game 7.
Oh, it was done. It was
It
done.
was
They were as
done.
done as the 88 A's.
Exactly. As soon as yeah, as soon as that happened, there was no chance they were going to win Game 7.
No chance. No chance.
Yeah, I agree. Um, like I said, I always feel bad, just because Al, you mentioned it. It had such a negative impact. Like he
Poor
was
Bill
hated.
Buckner, man.
Yeah, he was hated for years until he finally brought him back. Uh, what
He was
after?
he was a pretty good player.
He was a really good player. And the only real problem with that play, other than he didn't make it, is that the manager, was it McNamara who was a manager? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I have to look it up. But I mean, that guy was in worse shape in that game than Kirk Gibson was when he hit the home run. What is he doing playing first base in a pivotal moment?
Yeah, I don't know. He was. Yeah, he was. You could tell by the way he tried to get the ball. He was hurting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's one of the most iconic moments in baseball history, and I'm glad it's turned over the years. I just lived through so much of the Bill Buckner hate. It sucks for him, but yeah, dude was a really good player, man. He really was. It just that's the moment people are going to remember. Unfortunately, it's like Eckersley. He was one of the greatest closers of all time. He was in, I think, all of our top fives. I forget where exactly he landed, but that one home run he gave up to Kirk Gibson is what a lot of people remember.
Yep, and they
Yep.
outplayed the Mets in that series.
Yeah.
They should have won that.
No, I
Hmm.
agree. I completely agree. Yeah.
Uh, Al, to answer your question, the manager was John McLemore.
McNamara.
Yeah, McNamara.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Okay, I can't believe I remembered that right, but yeah. So, listen, there were other factors. I don't remember all the other things around it. Maybe it was just he had to be in there because of whatever happened earlier in the game, pinch hitters, whatnot. But if there was anybody that could field a ball that in that dugout that wasn't limping around, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'd love to. I want to do a deep dive on that game sometime and find out what he was still doing in there because it just doesn't make sense to me. You just watch him try and field that ball. You're like, what is this guy doing in the field in the first place? I know he played a lot of first base that year, but whoosh, it's weird to me.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
The Red
yeah,
Sox won the first two games of that series too.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely, man. No, they
Um,
were. Yeah, go ahead, Jordan, please.
no, I was just say, yeah, it's just they ended up winning the series. I also remember before that play, what like a bunch of Mets hitters were also just hitting the ball, getting hit after hit. Um, but yeah, no, I do agree, um, with you. Um, which I don't know why Buckner was on that.
Yeah,
Um,
he should not have been in the game.
he was also in that game. He was 0 for 5. Um, but I guess well, here's I won't call it a deep dive. Just a quote I found. I guess that he put Buckner um because of the games he had in games 1, 2, and 5.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he had Buckner at first base and not
Who made the error? Who was that made the errors?
no so he put Buckner on at first base because of I guess the games he had in games 1, 2, and 5. So he
Oh,
must have had
because he was hitting well.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And it's funny because I just a quick Google and it says manager John McNamara kept him in at first, even though Buckner had been struggling with his ankles and had a history of fielding issues.
Yep.
So that makes it the play even more kind of worse, really.
Yeah, it's
Because
wild, man.
if he has ankle issues, then yeah, like he can't get down on the ball. Then
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you just watch the play. You know what I mean? Like we've all seen the play. It looks like, it just looks like he can barely move. So it always bothered me, and especially that he caught the brunt of it. You know what I mean?
right, yeah.
But yeah,
And
this
we
is
all know
that.
now.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Now, do we know who hit the ball?
Wasn't
Was
it
it? I
Mookie
want
Wilson?
Mookie Wilson, right?
It
Yeah.
was. Yeah, it was Mookie.
Mookie, one of the greatest names ever.
Yeah, we
Mookie.
got they got one playing for the Dodgers.
My father terrorized his Red Sox friend that day.
Oh my God, that's
Like literally, I mean, terror. Like he had to leave. They were playing cards at the guy's house, and the guy's so excited. He's what their game six is on, and they were playing cards as well. And there was a few people there, and he tells a story that like his friend was so excited he got up and did like a little spin around the room, and then got back and then sat back down again because he was so excited the Red Sox were going to win the World Series. And then the Buckner play happens, and he throws up.
Oh no.
no.
Yeah.
Oh
The guy
man.
threw up, like ran to the bathroom and threw up. And my father's banging on the door, going, "They suck! I knew they were gonna have it." You know,
Oh, oh, that's great. Oh, that's so funny, man.
So
Oh,
terrible.
it's
oh.
horrible. And then my father's like, "This guy's, he's a pretty big guy. I'm gonna leave," and he ended up leaving. But yeah, the guy
Oh,
literally, again, unless I'm getting the story wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate. I'll ask him again. But yeah, he literally threw up.
oh, that is awesome, man. And I bet he's not the only Red Sox fan that had either one of those things happen to him or both in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, because that was right in the middle of the curse and everything. That I mean, we're on all those 80 years or whatever it was.
Oh,
Like,
they'd
Yeah.
already suffered the loss after the Fiscombe run. You know what I mean? They'd already
yeah.
suffered all the decades and
Oh, and Bill Buckner, Billy Dent,
oh yeah, Bucky Dent. Yep.
Bucky Dent. Sorry, yeah,
No,
Bucky
there's a lot
Dent.
of Bills and Bucks floating around in that sentence. I'm with you,
Yeah, Bucky Dent. And
dude.
the thing that then they had Bill Buckner, and then after that they had Aaron Bleeping Boone
Oh man, no doubt, no doubt.
before they actually won it. But yeah,
Before they, yes,
they had all those iconic things happen to them.
incredible, man,
Yeah,
incredible.
it's insane.
I love it. Great call. Yeah, man, that's a good one. I mean, that was my only honorable mention, and yeah, that's a all timer, no doubt.
All
Uh,
right, that was your number four.
yeah.
Okay, I don't have a four or a three.
And I
Uh,
am out until number one. So Jordan, do you have a four or a three?
all right. Well, this might be Al's number one, but it's my number three. We're going to Game 6 of the '56 World Series. If I wrote that down right? Yeah, I think I did that.
I think it's
I thought it
game
was
Um,
five.
game five.
yeah,
If it's the one I have.
yes, I'm reading the wrong World Series. Jesus.
All good,
It's
all good.
yes, Game 5. It's the Don Larson perfect game.
Boom.
Yeah,
That's it.
and that's my number one.
Is it Craig? Nice. I was wondering. Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
I figure a perfect game in the World Series has to, that was my reasoning on it.
Me too. It doesn't get any better than perfection, and it only ever happened once. Even the game winning home run thing to end the thing happened twice.
Yep,
So yeah,
exactly.
that
And
was
it
my
wasn't,
reasoning
and
for
it
it. But
also wasn't a no hitter. It was a perfect game.
well, yeah, exactly. It's not like he had four walks or something, and then even that would have been fine and great. But this is perfection.
Yep,
Yep.
game
And
five, and it did end up going seven, but doesn't matter. That's the
Exactly.
only way it could have been better if it was game seven. That's it.
No doubt. Exact. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So was
yeah,
that your number one as well,
That was
Al?
my number one, and that was
Oh,
Jordan's number three.
right,
yep.
and that was my number one, and I'm done. I don't have anything left.
Okay, well, me too. So, Jordan, you
Same
want
here.
to give us your thoughts on the perfect game?
Um, yeah, it's remarkable of that out of all the pitchers that and great
That-
pitchers, Hall of Fame pitchers,
Yep,
this has never been touched ever again. We've had no hitters in the playoffs and the postseason, the DS, the CS. No one has ever pitched another perfect game in the World Series ever.
yep.
in
Yep.
the hundreds of in all these years. And I think that's what makes it remarkable that Don Larson is the only one. And it, I just how great pitcher he was as well. Uh, I'm kind of happy that he is the only one because
Yeah, that's
it's
his forever.
yeah.
Yes.
Um, guess how long it took them to play this game?
Oh boy. An hour and 59 minutes.
All right, you're a little over that, but 2 hours and 6 minutes.
That's crazy,
Wow.
man. That's
He
nuts.
was working quick.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
was not messing around, and we can't overstate the fact that while Don Larson was a decent pitcher in the MLB. I mean, he pitched for years. He pitched from 53 to 60. Well, 70 Kings tried to come back, but mostly 65. And he had, he was 81 and 91 with a 3.78 RE and a ERA and a 1.4 WHIP. He was not a guy you expected to do this. This is like the whoever ends up in the World Series this year, it would be like their number 3 or 4 pitcher throwing the perfect game.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like Jordan said, I'm glad that he's got it and it's his forever, and he's the only one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really cool thing, because and this is one that could happen again, because perfect games can happen, but again, very unlikely with the pitch counts and just the odds of ever having perfection in that moment.
I agree. Yeah. It's. I don't think we're ever gonna see it again. To be honest, unless someone's really on his game, I don't think we're ever seeing it again. Um, just because it's like you said, everyone's so um up with the pitchers, like they're holding on. They make sure the pitchers are okay. In the sense, if you want to use another word, they baby the pitchers a lot
Yep.
now, and yeah, I don't think we'll ever see it ever again in our our lifetime.
I would agree, unless something changes drastically with pitchers and how they handle them.
Yeah, man. Unless again they've got 80 pitches going into the ninth, or
Yeah,
Right.
which
Mickey
which would be.
Mantle hit a home run in this game. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that when I was looking at this. Good call. I forgot to bring that up. Good call.
yeah, so yeah, that was a good one. That's nice. I was gonna say something and then I stumbled on my words.
Oh, I love. Oh, and by the way, this is the game I was talking about. Larson faced 5 future Hall of Famers in this Dodger lineup: Jackie Robinson, Pee Wee Reese, Gil Hodges, Duke Snyder, Roy Campanella. He perfect gamed a lineup with those guys in it.
Wow.
Wow.
Only one 3-ball count the whole game. Again, going to that time of game you mentioned, Craig.
Yes.
Oh, and I have one more little stat that I thought was fun that I had never heard about this game. So either of you guys off the top of your head know who the last out of the game was? Because I never could have come up with this.
No.
Okay, it was pinch hitter Dale Mitchell. All right. Now I've never heard of Dale Mitchell until I did this research. But here's the outstanding fact about this: Don Larson struck him out. It was his 7th strikeout of the game to end it, and they pinch hit this guy because he had 1 strikeout per 33.48 at bats in his career. That is the 14th hardest guy to strike out in the history of Major League Baseball.
Wow.
Holy cow.
The guy had 1,224 hits in his career and 119 strikeouts in 11
Wow.
seasons. 119 strikeouts in 11 seasons. Let me say that again. That makes it sound like Tony Gwynn is Pete Incaviglia or Dale
Yeah.
Spain. I mean, that's insane. In that season, he had 21 strikeouts and 506 at bats.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's who Don Larson struck out to end his perfect game, which makes it even all the much cooler, which is hard to even imagine because it's already freaking amazing.
Real quick, I want to circle back to something I was saying earlier about Bernie Williams having the most postseason home runs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was wrong.
Okay.
It is Manny Ramirez.
Get out of town.
But when Bernie did it, he had the record.
Okay. So he did have it at one point. Cool.
Right. Manny Ramirez ended with 29 postseason home runs. Jose Altuve is now second with 27 home runs. Bernie's third with 22.
Okay.
But when he
But
hit those 22, Manny was just starting. He had it for a little while.
okay. No, that's great. That's
So
cool.
I remember when it happened and they said it, but obviously I didn't realize that two people passed him.
That's all good. It was
By the way,
correct.
number 4 is Kyle Schwarber.
I
I
believe
you
it.
know I remember them talking about that last postseason. I kind of it said slipped my mind, but yeah, how about that,
Oh,
man?
number 5, you'll never guess. Number 5 is Derek Jeter.
Wow.
All-time postseason home runs. Number 5, Derek Jeter.
Yeah, man. That
I am.
doesn't stun me too much just because he is Mr. November. and he probably had a full season of at bats in the postseason.
Oh, absolutely. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Now I'm gonna have to check to see how many.
Yeah. What would be you know what we should look up sometime too, because there's a who was the all-time home run leader before when it was just a World Series?
Oh yeah, well it's Mickey Mantle.
Is it Mickey? Okay, right on.
Mickey
Right on.
Mantle has the most World Series home runs.
Right on. Well,
Right.
that makes sense too.
Yeah, he also had a lot of chances too.
No doubt. And I mean, well, you could have said a lot of Yankee names, and none of them would have surprised me. Between him, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, a few other people,
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
if you had said Yogi Berra, I wouldn't have been astonished. You know what I mean?
Right, right. So Derek Jeter had, let's see, postseason batting. Where is it? Let me postseason. He had wow. He had more than one season.
Oh, what was it?
Oh no. Yeah, he had one season. He had 158 postseason games.
Oh, it's like almost exactly a perfect season. That's great.
And he basically had a typical Jeter season.
So probably about 20 home runs, 80 RBIs,
20
and
20 home runs, 60 RBIs, 18 steals, and batted 308.
I would say there you go. Derek Jeter is Derek Jeter, no matter where you put him and whenever. That's awesome.
Yep, and an 840 OPS, which is about
Yeah,
right too. Yep.
man, good stuff. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. That. Wow.
Yeah, that is cool. That you're right. Derek Jeter is Derek Jeter, no matter what the situation is.
That's awesome. I
It
love that,
says. Yeah.
man.
So is that it? Jordan,
Well,
do you have any more?
we didn't hear his
No.
number one yet. I don't think, did we?
Yeah, we did. My number
Oh,
one's the Morris game.
oh, I forgot. Okay, so you are done.
Yeah, because my number 2 was also the Fisk Wayfair.
That's
Right.
right.
My
Okay,
number 2 was Joe Carter.
right on. And what was my number two? Was Morrison Smoltz. Number one, Don Larson. So, man, well, that was awesome, guys. I have no honorable mentions to add. Oh, no, wait. I do have an honorable mention to add because I thought it was going to be on your list, Jordan, so I didn't bring it up. But the Game 6 Morris Smoltz series, Game 7 made all our lists. Game 6 was the Kirby Puckett catch game,
Oh
and
yeah, and that's the one where he says we'll see you tomorrow night, right?
exactly. And if you haven't seen that catch, listeners, go look it up. Plus, not only did he make that catch, but he had an RBI triple earlier in the game, and he hit a walk-off home run in the 11th to win it.
I love Kirby. Kirby was great.
One of my all-time favorites. It's so sad he died early because he would have been one of those great game ambassadors, I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
plus what happened with his eye and everything getting hit, that sucked.
Oh, the eye thing, yeah, man. Oh man, it was just a shame because he was so good and such a unique. He was built like a running back or a line. Like he was short, stocky, and still super fast. Man, he was just a very unique guy and just a special player. And that if you haven't seen that game out there and you can find it on MLB or online, check it out because it'll show you why everybody loved Kirby Puckett.
Yep,
Yep.
that catch was great.
It was. It was
And the
something else.
call of "We'll see you tomorrow night" is iconic too.
No doubt. And without all his heroics in that game, we're not even talking about the one we talked about today with Morrison Smoltz.
Right, exactly.
I love it. And that's all I have, guys.
The only
So
other
anything
thing I
else
was
you
going to
want to add?
mention, the only other thing I was going to mention was, let me get it, was the stuff of mythology. It might not even have happened, but Babe Ruth calling his shot
Yes. That's a
was in
great one.
1932 World Series at Wrigley Field against the Cubs.
That is definitely worth a mention. And I've read a lot of different things on the varying accounts, and there are different accounts from people on both teams. So you got people on the opposing team that think he did and didn't. You've got people on the Yankees that think he did and didn't. You got people that were there in the stands that think he did and didn't. The umpires. It is one of the most
All
disputed things ever. The only thing that definitely happened is he pointed to the stands at some point.
right. Well, from what I gathered from, if the video that I saw is correct, because there is somebody who uncovered a video of it. If I saw that and it was correct, he was arguing with the Cubs, like they were, just bickering back and forth, and he was just yelling at them, yelling at the pitcher and pointing at the pitcher right before the pitcher, and then the pitcher went into his windup.
Right on. Right on.
Mm.
So I don't know if they misconstrued that he was pointing to the outfield when he was pointing at the pitcher, but the video I saw made it look like that. But again, who knows? That video could not, maybe that video's not even the right game. Who knows? Uh,
Maybe it was filmed by Zapruder.
yeah,
Anybody that knows that reference.
absolutely. Oh yes, John. That brings me to JFK. If we're
Yes.
if we're done with the baseball, I've got this very cool JFK Lincoln
I
thing.
love it. Jordan, did you have anything else you wanted to hit before Craig hits us with this?
Yeah. I'm also gonna mention the 55 Jackie Robinson stealing home plate.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
yep, and that's another one that's in all the highlights, and that still photo of him sliding in.
Yep. Who people say to this day, Yogi Berra still believes he was out.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I love that, man.
Uh, so um, let's see. No, my other honorable mentions you guys mentioned. So yeah, we're all good.
Awesome. Lay it on us, Craig. I can't wait to hear this.
all right. This is eerie. Okay, we're gonna start off small. Lincoln and Kennedy each have 7 letters in their last name. Both presidents were elected to Congress in 46. Lincoln in 1846, JFK in 1946. And then they became president in 1860 for Lincoln and 1960 for JFK.
Okay.
Both assassins, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, were born in 1839 for Booth and 1939 for Oswald.
What in the world? Both have three names?
Both had their 3 names, and the 3 names combined for 15 letters for both of them.
Oh, I didn't realize the letters matched up. Wow. Okay.
Booth ran from a theater and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. The assassins were both Southerners. Both presidents' successors were Democrats named Johnson. Andrew Johnson for Lincoln and Lyndon Johnson for JFK.
Whoa.
And both with 6-letter first names, and both were born in 1908 and 1808. 100 years apart. Exactly.
Wow. I can't believe I never heard that before, and that is wild.
Both presidents were shot in the head on a Friday in the presence of their wives. Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy, and Kennedy had a secretary named Lincoln.
You got to be kidding me with that. That's unbelievable.
Evelyn
Wow.
Lincoln was JFK's secretary, and she
Incredible.
warned him not to go to Dallas,
Did she really?
apparently.
Wow.
And in the car, of course, that he was shot in
Was a
was
Lincoln.
a Lincoln made by Ford, which is the theater that Oswald went into.
Oh.
The Ford Theater, or no, I'm sorry, the Ford Theater was the theater that Lincoln got shot in.
Oh. Ooh,
and both Oswald and Booth were killed before they could be put on trial.
you're right. Oh my goodness.
So there you go. That's the weird 100-year different. The stuff that's crazy is the assassins were born 100 years apart exactly. They were born 100 years apart exactly. They went to Congress 100 years apart exactly. They went to became president exactly 100 years apart. Their letters all match. The name lengths.
That I
Weird.
mean, that is just. I mean, the list just. I thought the first like 10 things you read, I was like, oh, that's unbelievable. And then you read another 10 things, and I was like, well, that's got to be it. And then you read another 10 things. Like what in the world,
Yeah. Yep.
man? Wow. Yeah,
I'm
that's
surprised.
incredible. I can't believe
I'm
I never
surprised.
heard that, Greg.
Yeah, a lot of people know about it, but I'm glad you didn't because I like telling people when they don't know.
That is awesome. What a cool. I'm gonna start floating that around. See who doesn't know it now because that's a good one.
Yeah, and it's very easy to Google. Just do Lincoln Kennedy comparisons, and there's a whole Wikipedia page on it.
I love it. I'm on it. That's awesome. I can't believe that. That's killer, dude. I love it. That's a good one.
But that's all I got for today.
I love it, man. Me too. Me too. And have we? What? Jordan? Do you have thoughts about what's next?
I
I
don't know.
think we have.
Well, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. My bad. Please go.
No, I was gonna say, I don't know if did you guys want to do like World Series, like the series as a whole, or because I
Yeah,
know,
we were talking about that. We decided to do the games first, but yeah, we could do the series as a whole.
yeah,
But we're gonna probably have some a lot of the same
yeah,
series that
because
we've been mentioning.
yeah, because otherwise, I was also thinking, just because the last couple ones we've been doing just have been fun. I was also thinking about doing baseball announcers.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, we should do announcers.
I love that, and it might be, and I agree in a sense where with what Craig was hinting at there with, um, if we do World Series, it might be better to come back to it a little later, so we have a little distance from this one,
Yeah, so
Yeah, because we're gonna have there's gonna be some of these like the Arizona is gonna come up again.
for sure,
And the Marlins, all those are gonna come up again.
no doubt,
right,
no
yeah,
doubt. Yeah, I would love to do announcers, absolutely. Now, let me ask you this, because I think I know the answer, but I just want to clarify: is it single announcers or the announcing team?
We
I would think
should.
single, but what
Uh,
do you think?
yeah, I would think single too.
Okay.
'Cause you can have two good ones and have them both on the list.
Yeah. Good call.
yeah,
Good call.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say single. Maybe. Well, there you go. That could be another idea. Maybe we could do like later on. We could do teams, like announcer teams, or
That could be
what?
Okay.
something for later. Maybe yes. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I like. I'm with you guys. Let's do the single announcer thing, um, and that's going to be so much fun. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of great announcers.
Yes, there are.
um.
And
So
this is, by
yeah,
the way, this is talk about a personal opinion thing. You know, it's
Oh
yeah,
who did
yeah.
you
I'm
who
gonna
did you
put some
listen
guys
to?
that
Who
are.
grabbed you?
I would put some guys that are notoriously known as bad announcers, but I was entertained by.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll just say like Phil Rizzuto.
Oh,
Phil Rizzuto was not a very good announcer, and he'd get caught up telling stories while the games were on, and he'd think it was a home run and it'd be like a pop up the second. But if you just listen to him call a game, it was the funnest. It was so much fun. He was so much fun as an announcer. He would be on my list.
I love that. And I remember from growing up, I remember his money store commercials.
Oh yeah, the money store.
Those were iconic to me, man. I didn't even know who Phil Rizzuto was. I learned who Phil Rizzuto was because of those commercials.
Yep. And
That's awesome.
he didn't get into the Hall of Fame right away. And my grandfather was losing his mind every time the Hall of Fame came out and he didn't get in because he was saying that he was the best bunter in the history of baseball.
Oh, I love it. Love it. That's a good one. I didn't. Yeah, man. Phil was one of those veteran committees guys, and he was and once I learned about him, I was like, oh, okay, Phil Rizzuto's awesome. And then I learned all the other stuff. But yeah, I just remember seeing those money store commercials as a kid, being like, who's this guy yelling at me to take a loan?
And his announcing partner was Bill White, the National League president that became
Yeah.
acting president. Yeah, his announcing buddy on Pix WPIX Channel 11 in New York was the team was Rizzuto and White.
Oh man, that's great. I
Nice.
didn't realize that. Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, and that's cool. See, that's the kind of thing that our lists are going to have. There's a couple guys I think that are probably going to make our list, but then there's going to be a wide variable. That's awesome,
Yep.
especially because baseball's such a local sport. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their hometown teams. You know,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I get like that all the time when like my the Yankees are on a national broadcast, and you don't want to hear the national broadcast. You want to hear your guys.
totally, man, totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I want to say right now, I don't. Um, but yeah, I understand what you're saying though.
No, I know what you mean. And sometimes, yeah, and sometimes I want to hear the different perspective if I'm in that mood too. So yeah, it just depends. But
Yeah,
yeah, man,
no, yeah, it's fun. It's just, I
that's
don't know.
awesome.
To me, I just feel like the announcing part is not as, good as it used to be. Just because, I don't know. I feel like the older guys, and we'll get into it more when we do it. I don't know. I feel like you listen to them, and it was just like, it was like just I don't know
Different.
how to describe it. Yeah, different. But and nowadays, you gotta like find the right one, and I don't. There's a. I realize now. There's a bunch. I hate a lot of announcers than I
Yeah.
do with the old school with the old generation.
Well, I'll add on to that by saying this. Once two of the guys that will be on my list passed away, I stopped giving most of them a chance. So my list will end somewhere in the early 2000s. Now, when I watch baseball, it's very low volume.
Hey, here's another one. What about the difference? Are we going to do radio and TV announcers? Because there's two.
Yeah, I'm thinking we include everybody, but because
Okay.
some of the guys that I'm already thinking of do both.
Yep.
Yeah, I would.
But
I
what do you
would.
guys think?
No, I
Yeah.
would. I would consider that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should do both at the same time because another thing about the announcers too is they don't do as many as they used to do. Like
No.
John Sterling just retired.
Yeah.
He didn't miss a Yankee game for something like 31 years.
Yeah.
Like every single game, including the postseason, for like 30 years or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now these guys take time off all the time.
Oh, that's another thing that drives me crazy, Craig. Are you right? You hit it right on the head. I don't even know who's going to be in on what inning during the Phillies games anymore, hardly. I mean, there is a rotation and it's semi consistent, but, like John Kruk comes in whenever he feels like it.
Yeah,
There's like seven different dudes that are part of this broadcasting team anymore. I can't, I don't even bother
yeah.
trying to figure it
The,
out
the,
anymore.
the Yankees TV has been like that for a decade. I mean, they have David Cohn,
Uh,
they have Paul O'Neill, Jeff Nelson, uh, of course, Michael Kay, who's the catcher there? Flaherty,
Girardi.
Girardi. Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's just non-stop, and it's non-stop, just rotating. Of course, when they're in Cincinnati, they always have O'Neill there. They just left Cincinnati, but yeah. So that's
Yeah,
it's
man.
it's
I'm
crazy
right there
how
with you.
it is now compared to how it used to be, and yeah, it's
Well,
going to be fun doing the list.
yeah. Well, that's honestly why I like uh because I like all baseball in general, but that's why every once in a while I'll watch a Mets game because it's the same three guys. Um,
Yeah,
when
Gary, Keith, and Ron.
yeah, and it's always them. Even if one of them is not there, it's just one out of there's just two out of the three. Then,
Is it Gary
um,
Thorne? Who's the Gary?
Yeah, no, it's Gary.
so what the
Oh,
hell is his name?
jeez. Oh my God. This is stupid. I know the. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I know. I can't think of his name.
It's not Gary Thorne.
No,
I'm
he was
finding
a
it.
Gary
Gary
Cohen.
Cohen.
Gary Cohen. There you go.
Because Gary Thorne used to be the ESPN guy, and I always liked him.
Yeah, he's actually on the Orioles. He's the Orioles broadcaster.
Oh, I
Uh,
think I might have known that. Right on. Okay, okay.
no,
Yeah,
yeah, he used to be. He's not anymore. So,
and who was the guy who was the Giants broadcaster that was the ESPN guy for Sunday Night with Joe
oh,
Morgan?
oh my god,
John
John Miller
something.
is it's not John Miller, is it?
John Miller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
okay,
was John Miller. Yeah, yep,
That's
yep.
it.
He,
that's
I don't know if he's still on the Giants or not, but I'd like
I
that team too.
no, he
Yes,
is.
I did too. Yes, absolutely, man. Morgan
It
was
is.
great.
I like to hear his home run call. It's like it is out of here.
Yeah, yes, yes. Oh man, and that was like, I mean, that was when ESPN really prominently started pushing baseball, and it was huge, and it became a
And
big thing. And that team, Sunday Night Baseball, the whole thing, man, that was good
Mhm.
stuff.
and now
Yep.
they're purposely trying to push it down because they lost the contract.
Yeah, which I mean, they're gross that way. It's the only reason
They're
anybody.
trying to push. They're trying to push women's softball on us instead
Yeah,
of baseball.
well, the only reason anybody in this country watches soccer anymore is because they pushed it on us for 30 years because one of the higher ups cared about
Right, 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 right. But
it.
I'm certain that a mandate went out to all the Sports Center producers that limit the baseball content, limit the baseball highlights, limit the baseball talk.
It's funny hearing that from you because I know you know what you're talking about, and I always thought that over the years. You could tell it, like when they get a hockey contract, all of a sudden they're talking hockey all the time. When they don't, what here's a 30-second highlight of the entire night.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly, and that's what they're doing with baseball. They stripped down the Sunday night baseball coverage.
That's crazy, man.
So I don't know who's getting it. I forgot. Is it? I don't remember who. Somebody's trying to get the Sunday night package, like the Sunday night
I thought
games.
I thought I heard it was gonna be like NBC or C or something like that.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, so that'll be good as long as there's still a Sunday night game. I don't know why I always like what. I don't always throw them on, but if I'm home and it's on, I usually check it out at least for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find
Oh,
it. NBC
Okay.
oh so it's NBC. Okay.
and the Peacock streaming service. Okay, which is
Nice.
all right.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Good stuff, man. Well, this was freaking a blast, guys. This is awesome.
Totally
Yeah.
agree. That this
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, and the announcers will be fun too. But now my head's spinning about on who I'm going to talk about.
I know,
That's
man. Like I got
that's going to be so
three.
much fun.
Oh, I got so many names swirling. This is going to be awesome. I'm
Um,
going to write a preliminary list as soon as I hang up.
I'm probably gonna do the same. Um, so well because this one got split into two parts. You guys want to do 2 weeks from now?
Two
That
weeks
works for
from
me. If it works
today,
for Craig,
it should work for me as well.
So
let
we'll
me just check the date on that. But yeah, I should be good.
well well I'll post this because we're like I'll say we're like pre-recording this. Well, I'll say like want to do like the 11th or the 10th of July.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
can do
range
that.
sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We'll confirm all the details, but that sounds good to me, my man.
All right, awesome. So we'll do the announcers with um whatever day we'll find it. Uh, yeah. So thanks, guys, again. If you guys have nothing to add, thank you for joining me. This was a lot of fun. Once we figure all the technical issues. But yeah, also if you're listening, and then also go show love and support to Craig and Al's channel. Uh, Craig, who does a bunch of stuff on his channel, music reactions, Yankees recap games. Um, I know sometime within the next couple months, you guys are going to be doing football again.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
And every now
uh,
and then we talk Aerosmith.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that one is still going pretty good. Yeah.
the music reaction, the music podcast. I guess you guys are going to do as well, which that should be fun.
Yeah, the next one is going to be top 10 rock guitarists of all time.
Cannot wait for that one, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
that should be fun.
that's going to be fun. That's going to be real fun. And that's something you
Actually,
can find plenty of lists on, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah,
And actually, since we're on right now, we might as well announce uh, does next week work for you to do that, Al?
Absolutely, man.
All right. So we'll do the guitar list next week. So look for that.
Awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. Great.
yeah. So go check that out, and then of course go check Al's pod with his buddy Soul Joel called "Bring Them Out." That's a lot of fun, a lot of good laughs. If you want to have some laughs, and hell, why not? I mean, I'm not getting paid for it anyway. But if you ever, if you ever have any time, go to Soul Joel's up in Pennsylvania. I've actually followed you guys on social media. A lot of
Oh, you're awesome.
awesome and famous comedians.
That's so cool of you, man.
I'm trying to bring a day.
Well, I'm going tonight. Tonight, for instance, I'm going to see Billy Gardell from Mike and Molly, if you remember him. The big guy?
Yeah.
I'm
And he
not.
lost a lot of weight, right? He's not so big anymore.
No, he's I mean, he's not anymore. He is a svelte guy now. So I'm seeing him tonight. Tomorrow is Murr from the Impractical Jokers, if you know that show.
Yep.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff up there all the time, man. Just great comics, great stuff. And Jordan, I can't thank you enough for saying that, and I'll tell Joel himself too.
No problem. I'm actually trying to go to the Saturday one. I really want to go see Murr in person. That should be fun. But
Dude, you get your butt to Pottstown, I got your ticket.
you know what? Let me talk to some people because it is a 3 hour drive from where I am. But
You,
I'll definitely try to come
you
up there.
I got you and one other if you get yourself there. You
Awesome.
just let me know.
Like I said, I'm gonna try to talk to people for that.
My man, awesome. Awesome. That extends to both of you anytime.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like I said, go check out their channels out. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, guys. You got anything else to add before we sign off?
Not me. Thank you so much for the nice promos. And thank you both. It's always a pleasure doing this with you guys.
I'm good too. Thank you so much.
All right. So we're gonna sign off here. Also, don't forget every Monday we are doing here on this channel. We do a weekly recap, which is a lot of fun. And also, we added a new series. So if you want to go check that out, Wednesday I started a gameplay for MLB The Show. We've done a Road to the Show character. Why not? Just have some fun. Um,
I saw you
Nice.
did that, Jordan, and I watched a little bit of the first one, and I love that you did that. That's so cool, man. That's one of my favorite things to do when I play video games is do those kind of modes, and I love that you decided to do that. I was like, am I seeing this right? Because I saw the freeze frame, and I was like, that looks like the MLB, and I was like, what is he doing? And then I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Good stuff. Check it out, listeners. It's really cool.
yeah, just trying something different. So
I
yeah,
loved it. I thought that was a great idea.
awesome. I think thank you. And then but other than that, yeah, go check that out. Go check out their channel, and we're gonna sign off. And I will see you all in the next one.